few weeks ago, I tried the most delicious pie. It was filled with ricotta and peas, so I've decided to recreate it for you. First, some peas. These are just good old classic frozen peas. I've defrosted them and now I want to crush them with some mint. So into a mortar and pestle. You can also do this in the food processor, along with some salt. So a generous amount of salt. And peas and mint just work so well together. So a few sprigs of mint, and I'm just going to pick the leaves straight in to the mortar and pestle. All right, to bring this together, a good glug of extra virgin olive oil. And now we'll just crush this to break up the peas and to mix it with our mint. All right, have a look at that. That is such a glorious colour. Now for the rest of the filling, 500 grams of whole milk ricotta. Don't use light ricotta for this, it's too grainy. It won't give you that beautiful creamy texture that we're after. In this, we'll add some eggs. So I'll crack 3 eggs into a separate bowl. Beautiful free-range eggs. 2 and 3, and this is going to act as the glue to the filling. So I like to do this in a bowl separately. And now this can go into our ricotta. Ricotta is such a fantastic cheese because it's so versatile and it can handle the heat in the oven. Now we need some extra cheese, some pecorino. You could use Parmesan if you like. Even cheddar works nicely with this. So a generous handful, along with another pinch of salt, a good crack of pepper, and some lemon zest. The zest of 1 whole lemon, so we can really define that there's lemon zest in this. And we don't need any of the lemon juice. Now we can add our pea mixture, just scrape down, and then I'll scoop it in with the cheese. Super easy. Now we'll fold this in just with the back of the spatula, break it all up, and make sure that it's nice and evenly combined. All right. Mixture is done. Let's get on to the filo pastry. Filo pastry is something that I love to use because it goes really crunchy in the oven and you don't have to be so delicate with it. A few things to remember: bring it out of the fridge an hour or 2 before using it so it's a lot more pliable. Also, have a clean tea towel on standby that's a little bit damp because we don't want it to dry out. The drier it is, the harder it is to work with. So if you follow those little steps, it's a breeze. So I'll just give myself lots of workspace and we'll fold out our filo. I'll get the first sheet and it's as thin as a handkerchief. Look at that, just gorgeous. We'll cover the rest. Now I'll brush it with some melted butter. I like to use butter for this so it goes beautiful and golden brown. And just evenly brush this over the filo sheet. Okay. Right, now we can start lining our pie dish, or just a good old classic springform tin works a treat. This is a 20cm springform tin. We'll grab our first piece of filo and we'll just gently mould it into the base. What's going to happen is after I start to add a few layers of this filo, allowing it to overhang, I will enclose the pie with all of this overhanging filo. So again, you can be a little bit rough with it. Now I've lined this with 6 pieces of filo, so now it's time to add our beautiful ricotta and pea mixture into the centre, scraping down all the sides. It smells so good. And then we'll just spread it out. Ideally, you want it to fill at least 3/4 of the way up, just like this is. Now we can cover this with all that overhanging buttery filo, making sure that we've got nice, neat sides, and I'm just bringing it away from the sides. This will just help it come out of this tin much easier. So the last fold, just like you're tucking the ricotta in to bed, like a little blanket. Perfect. Now press down on it just to compress the filo. some extra butter over the top so it goes extra golden, and then a generous sprinkling of sesame seeds. 3 or 4 handfuls, getting around all those little sides. Done. All right, this goes in the oven, 180 degrees, for about 25 to 30 minutes, or until it's beautiful and golden brown. Now this filo pie has come out of the oven and I've allowed it to cool a little. You don't want to take the collar off when it's piping hot. You just want it to settle and allow that ricotta to firm up slightly. So now that it's cooled down, we'll take it out, and look how easy that is to come off. It's because we've used quite a lot of butter, and I'll take it off the base very carefully and slide it onto a plate. So bring that plate over. And like I said, there's a bit of butter there, so it should seamlessly slide off. Just like that. Now I'm going to serve a portion because I really want you to see the center of this. So with a sharp knife, and listen to the crunch. That's why everyone loves filo pastry. It's a nice, generous portion. And I've prepared a very simple soft herb salad combination of mint, chives and parsley. It goes really nicely with this. And I want you to see how perfect this is. You see those little speckles of mint and the peas, and that ricotta has set. It's still a little warm inside, which is completely fine. You can serve this warm, room temperature, or even cold is fantastic. A lovely vegetarian option, but it's so yummy and unctuous inside because of that creamy ricotta. Enjoy.